Hello students, today we are going to look at the poem The Spider and the Fly, which is in the syllabus of class 11th and 12th ISC. This poem has been written by Mary Botham Hovitz. She is an English writer and she has written many novels, short stories and poems, and mostly those poems or stories are for the children in order to tell them the realities of the natural world. So this poem also is giving a lesson, or you can say is cautioning the children against the dangers of flattery. This is a poem written in the form of a story, and it is a conversation between two creatures, the spider and the fly, in which the children can come to know what are the dangers of flattery. Sometimes the wicked and the cunning people, they flatter in such a way that you get entrapped in it and it becomes dangerous or it becomes fatal to life. This poem is actually written as a fable, a story in order to tell a moral lesson to the children that do not get carried away by false flattery done by the people. In this poem, the spider, he is very hungry and he wants to eat the fly. And the fly already knows that whoever goes into the web of the spider is always caught there and never returns back. So the fly is trying to avoid all the, you can say, the attractions which are given by the spider to the fly. But ultimately, last of all, when the spider, he flatters the fly in such a way that he appreciates his eyes, his wings, and his beauty, the fly gets flattered away and he ultimately moves inside the web of the spider. But natural, the fly is eaten up by the spider. So there are various ways. In this poem, the spider has tried to lure or attract the fly in various ways so that the fly gets attracted and somehow the spider is able to eat it. So what are those type of tricks that the spider has applied on the fly in order to lure it? We'll have to look into the poem. So let's read the poem. Will you walk into my parlor? Said the spider to the fly. 'Tis the prettiest little parlor that ever you did spy. The way into my parlor is up a winding stair, and I have many pretty things to show when you are there. Oh, no, no, said the little fly, to ask me isn't vain, for who goes up your winding stair can never come down again. See, here the spider is trying to attract the fly by saying that, will you walk into my parlor, into my room? I have many pretty things and it is the most prettiest parlor that you have ever seen in your life. So if you walk up into the winding stairs up to my parlor, I'll show you many, many things which are, you can say, very rare. But immediately the fly says, no, I'm sure that I am not going to come. Because if you ask me, it is all useless. As I know, whoever goes up the winding stairs to your parlor never returns back. Second stanza says, I am sure you must be very dear with soaring up so high. Will you rest upon my little bed? Said the spider to the fly. There are pretty curtains drawn around, the sheets are fine and thin, and if you like to rest a while, I will snugly tuck you in. Oh, no, no, said the little fly, for I have often heard it said, they never, never wake again who sleep upon your bed. Now see, first one was how to lure the fly was to tell the fly that my parlor is the prettiest one that you have never seen in your life. Now in the second stanza, we are seeing that he tries to lure the fly by saying that you must be very much tired by flying so much high in the air. So I think you should take rest in my cozy bed, which has various pretty curtains drawn around and a thin sheet is laid on the bed. It is a pretty sheet. and the sheets they are there on the bed are fine and thin. So if you would like to rest a while, I will help you to put on the bed. But immediately the fly says that I have heard many times that those who sleep on your bed never wake again. So I am not going to come. This is useless to ask me that I'll rest on your bed. Third stanza says, said the cunning spider to the fly, dear friend, what can I do to prove the warm affection I have always felt for you? I have within my pantry good store of all that's nice. I am sure you are very welcome. Will you please to take a slice? Oh, no, no, said the little fly. Kind sir, that cannot be. I have heard what's in your pantry, and I do not wish to see. The third type of greed that the spider is trying to give to the fly is he he tries to show his much affection towards the fly. He says that I feel a great warmth and love for you. How should I prove it to you that I love you so much? And if you come to my parlor, I will show you many things which are edible, which are worth eating in my pantry, which has got various types of dishes and various types of things to eat. So if you come into my pantry, I will help you to eat some things and give you a slice to eat. But immediately the fly says, no, no, I'm not interested. This cannot be. I have heard about your pantry before also, and so I'm not interested to see your pantry. Sweet creature, said the spider, you are pretty and you are wise. How handsome are your gauzy wings, how brilliant are your eyes. And the fourth one, he is trying to admire the beauty of the fly. He's saying that you are a very sweet creature, you are very wise, and you have a, you can say, presence of mind. You are so beautiful. Handsome means you are beautiful. Your wings are quite bright, and you have brilliant, sparkling eyes. I have a little looking glass upon my parlor shelf. If you will step in one moment, dear, you shall behold yourself. I thank you, gentle sir, she said, for what you are pleased to say. And bidding you good morning now, I'll call another day. So the spider then says, if you want to look at your beauty, that how sparkling eyes you have got and how beautiful are your wings. If you walk into my parlor, I have got a looking glass on one of the shelves. I can give you the glass in order to look at yourself and admire your own beauty. But the fly says that thank you for the appreciation, but it's okay, I will try to visit you the next day. Saying this, he bids him goodbye. We are told here the fly as she, as a female. So the fly bids him goodbye and goes away. The spider turned him round about and went into his den, for well he knew the silly fly would soon be back again. So he wove a subtle web in a little corner sly and set his table ready to dine upon the fly. Then he came out to his door again and merrily did sing. Come hither, hither, pretty fly with the pearl and silver wing. Your robes are green and purple, there's a crest upon your head. Your eyes are like the diamond bright, but mine are dull as lead. The spider was very sure that since I have admired something about the beauty of the fly, surely the fly is going to return. So he went up to his den and he prepared his table. He was ready to eat the fly. So he prepared everything for his dinner because he knew that this fly is silly and he would sure be lured and will be back again. So he did what? He had woven a new web into which the fly would be caught and he would eat it. So then he came to the door and again he started singing a song. What did he sing? He again praised the beauty of the fly by saying, come hither, hither. Hither means come here. Come here, my pretty fly. You have pearl and silver wings. That means your wings are so beautiful that they shine like pearls and silver. And you have got robes. Your body has got the robe of purple and green, which looks very beautiful to look at. There's a crest upon your head, and the crest on your head is just like the crown of a king. And your eyes shine like a diamond. And then the spider at the same moment tries to tell about himself that I am dull as lead. I am not so beautiful or so handsome as you are. Alas, alas, how very soon this silly little fly, hearing his willy flattering words, came slowly flitting by. Since the fly was very much lured by the appreciation of his beauty, that he has got silver and pearl wings, plus he has got purple and green robe all over his body, and a crest which looks like the crown. He was very much lured that he came slowly, slowly flying towards the den of that spider. With buzzing wings, she hung aloft, then nearer and nearer drew. She knew that if I get caught into the web, then I will never be free from that. But still, because she was caught and she was lost in the appreciation of what the spider said, she gently came nearer to the web of that spider, thinking only of her brilliant eyes and green and purple hue, because she was lost that I have so beautiful body, I have got a purple and green tinge on my body, and I have got silver and you can say pearl type of wings. So thinking about its own beauty, the fly did not notice that it was getting caught into the web. Thinking only of her crested head, poor foolish thing, at last up jumped the cunning spider and fiercely held her fast. Now, since she was lost in her beauty, so what did the spider do? It took the advantage and he caught her hold. Okay, he caught a hold of her and he immediately ate her up. He dragged her up his winding stair. First of all, he dragged it into the winding stair and into that dangerous dark den in which the spider used to live, and within his little parlor, but she'll never come out of it. And since it is very obvious, while dragging that fly towards his parlor through the winding stairs and then taking it into the dark den means the ultimate doom of the fly. The fly now would never return again because the spider has eaten her up. And now, dear little children who may this story read, to idle, silly, flattering words, I pray you never give heed. Unto an evil counselor close heart, and ear and eye, and take a lesson from this tale of the spider and the fly. So at the end, the poetess is trying to convey a message to the children that as you children are reading this story, I urge you children not to be lured by the silly, flattering words of the people who are very cunning and who would try to attract you and try to entrap you in some or the other thing. So never pay attention. Heed means attention. So the request of the poetess is never to pay attention to such evil type of people who try to flatter you a lot which you are actually not. They try to flatter you in such a way that you feel lost in that flattery. And ultimately you get caught in some or the other conspiracy. So she says that open your ears and your eyes and be aware of the flattery done by the natural world. You have to be aware and take a lesson from this tale of the spider and the fly. So here we have come to know that there were various ways in which the spider had tried to lure the fly. First was that it said that come to my parlor, as it is the prettiest one that you have ever seen. Through the winding stairs you can come into my parlor, and there are many beautiful things which you can see. But at that time the fly had refused to come, because the fly said that I have heard those who walk into the winding stairs and never return back again. The second way in which the spider tried to lure the fly was that you must be very tired by flying so much high. So you can take rest into my bed, which is a cozy bed and which has got pretty curtains all around. and thin and soft sheet on the bed. So if you agree, I'll carry you up and lay you on my bed. But the fly immediately said that I have heard those who lay on your bed, they never wake up again. Third thing was the spider again tried to lure the fly by saying that there are many, you can say, edible things in his pantry, many things to eat. So if the fly would come, then the spider would offer him many things to eat. But the fly immediately refused that I would not like to see your pantry. Then after that, the spider, he also tried to lure him by saying that you have got uh, brilliant eyes, you are witty and wise, you have got a great sense of humor, you are having a presence of mind, you are beautiful, plus you have got brilliant eyes. So if you come into my parlor, I have a looking glass, you can take it and see yourself into that glass. But the fly was little bit lured by it and said that I will come the next day. Thank you for appreciating. And this time the spider was very much sure that the fly would come and I will eat it up. So what did he do? He went into his den, he prepared the table for dinner and was waiting for the fly to come. As soon as the fly was flying around his den, immediately the spider again put a, you can say, one more punch of appreciation. He said that you have got purple and green robe and you have got silver and pearl type of wings. Plus you have got a beautiful crest on your head and this makes you look very pretty, very handsome. But look at me, I'm as dull as a lead. Due to which the fly was lost in all the appreciation. It started thinking about its crest, about the beautiful body which was purple and green, and the silver and you can say pearl type of wings, and the brilliant diamond-like eyes. Thinking about that, it unwantedly or unknowingly, it moved towards the web which was created, which was woven by the spider. And the spider immediately caught hold of it. It dragged it through the winding stairs, went into the den, and had a good dinner of the fly. So this means that we are, especially the children, are taught a lesson that we should not be lured by flattery. Even we elders also should not be lured by flattery because it can cause fatal damage to us also. Here the fly had a, you can say, danger of life, and it met its ultimate doom. So this shows that flattery can prove fatal at times also. Now let's look at the theme of the poem. The theme is power of flattery. Power of flattery, as we know, most of the people are so cunning and wicked that by the power of flattery they can cause great damage to you also. So if you are not lured by flattery, it would be better. Otherwise, it can prove fatal to one. Like there was a line, how handsome are your gauzy wings, how brilliant are your eyes. This was the first line that you can say had put a strong strength on the flattery that was done by the spider towards the fly. And when the fly said, and bidding you good morning now, I call another day, which means that the fly was assuring the spider that I would definitely come because of these lines only, that you have got gauzy wings and brilliant eyes. So it was a bit lured by the flattery done by the spider. Then comes some of the poetic devices, like we have got simile. Your eyes are like diamond bright, but mine are dull as lead. So like diamond bright and dull as lead. This is simile. Anaphora is there, which is used to put an emphasis on whatever things are there, like it consists of a repeating sequence of words, like how handsome are your gauzy wings, how brilliant are your eyes. just to put an emphasis on the flattery. And thinking of her brilliant eyes and green and purple hue, thinking of her crested head, thinking again. So anaphora is there. Then repetition may, it is a rhetorical device in which a phrase or a line or a word is repeated again and again to put an emphasis on a statement. Like whenever the spider used to lure the fly to come to its parlor, the fly always used to say, "Oh no, no, no." So this is a rhetorical device or a repetitive action. Alliteration, fiercely held her fast. Held her. H are repeated as consonants. As far as the critical remarks are concerned, as I told you in the beginning, it is a fable which is used to teach a moral lesson that flattery should not, it is not a device in it that people should be caught very easily to. We should use our own wit, our own mind, and open our eyes and ears in order to protect ourselves. Otherwise, this flattery will always prove fatal to us. So, this is what is the poem in which we come to know that Mary Botham Hobbit has given a good moral lesson to the children, but it is also applicable to adults that we should not be always glued towards flattery. So while writing the long answer, you have to be very careful that all the points by which the spider has tried to lure the fly, all the points should be clearly mentioned. And if possible, take some quotes from the poem while writing the long answer. Like as we have seen how brilliant are your eyes, how beautiful are your gauzy wings. So these lines should be taken as a quote. Whenever you are writing a long answer, take some quotes from the poem to make your long answer look more descriptive and more attractive to the teacher so that you can get good marks. Now, this is a poem that we have done. I'll come up with more poems and short stories as well as Tempest and MOV. And if you have understood the poem, press the like button. We'll come up with more of the concepts. Thank you.